Nanny Affair 2, the business trip. Before you can fully process it, Sofia is hurrying you onto the company jet bound for Monte Carlo. There are a few things we need to go over for the product presentation, so you'll be sitting next to me on the plane. The flight is 9 hours long, and I intend to use every minute making sure you're ready for the expo. As you follow her down the aisle, you realize the two of you are probably the last to arrive. You're surrounded by other employees going to the product expo, including Sam, Robin. Anna, what are you doing here? Is this some kind of joke? I don't know what the hell the three of you cooked up, but it won't work. Oh, like I'd be working with Sam. Keep moving, Anna. There's nothing to see here. You settle yourself a few rows back from Sam and turn to Sofia. Now, will you tell me why I'm here? Shouldn't Evan be on the trip? He had a last-minute emergency. His mother's sick or something, but that's just one reason why you're here and not him. The expo is a premier event of our industry. It isn't open to the public, but investors do show up by the dozens. No wonder they hold it in Monte Carlo. There's no better place to spend a lot of money. Oh, exactly. The event itself should be mostly booze, with a few keynote presentations for major players, but we're not doing things differently this year. The board set it up so investors can choose a specific division to back, instead of our whole company. Which means we need to make sure the division is in the environmental lab, though there's only one person you really need to impress, Anton Bissett. Who's that? He's the man who can change both of our lives forever. If you value your future at Dalton Russo, make sure to wow him. Now, I already started our presentation deck, but you'll need to add more about your testing process. Hours later. Okay, I officially need to get up and walk around before I refuse to the seat. You head towards the front where Sam is sitting, hoping no one will notice if you steal a quick moment with her. When you stumble over Robin's bag, its contents spilling out all over the aisle, she quickly snatches up all of her papers. What is this, a dirty trick to get your hands on my files? I was just stretching my legs, but... Trust me, you're the last person I want to see. Oh, you've made that very clear. I'm busy, Anna. Go find someone else to spy on. There's nothing else to spy on. You have nothing of value. You sigh and continue making your way up the aisle. Suddenly, a hand shoots out and grabs your wrist. Sam yanks you into the cockpit, out of sight of other employees. Sam, what if someone sees us? Half of the people on this plane are asleep, and the other half are drunk. There's no one here but us and the pilot, and don't worry, Gavin and I are cool. Now, in that case, we should probably talk. Sofia just showed up at my door last night, or I guess this morning, and dragged me onto the plane. I barely even had time to pack. I figured as much. I know I should be worried that she's up to something, but I'm glad you're here. You let her guide your mouth to hers, losing yourself in the familiar warmth of her embrace. The plane lurches as you hit a rough patch in the air. For a moment you feel weightless in the circle of her arms. And turbulence hits again, and you almost lose your balance. Whoa. I've got you, but we should probably return to our seats. You know, trying not to think about how much you still have to sneak around. Under Naya's plan, we would have been... No, Anna, you can't focus on that now. You chose to take this job, so you have to deal with the consequences. You make your way back to the main cabin, where only Robin and Sofia seem to have noticed you stole an interlude with Sam. More plotting, Anna! Don't talk to my employee like that. You should know better than anyone that I protect what's mine. Yes, until they outlive their usefulness. You two want to save this for later? Or is maybe this is more of a pistols at dawn situation? Very cute. Just wait and see. You'll regret the day you had anything to do with the snake. Fortunately, you're interrupted as the plane begins to descend. Rich People Island! Welcome to Monte Carlo. The sun is shining, the sea is sparkling, and the cars are ready to whisk you away. After a short drive, you check in at the hotel and get settled into your room. Well, at least there's no more prep for the expo until tomorrow. What to do with my afternoon off? Nap. It's called jet lag for a reason. And you're still deciding what to do when your phone chimes with an incoming messages. Just saw this Monte Carlo. Did your billionaire whisk you away? No, it's a work thing. Oh, but she's there, right? So you must be very busy. Winky face. How? There are so many co-workers around. Doesn't sneaking around make it more fire? Well, at first, yeah, but to be honest, the excitement has started to wear off. Uh-oh. What changed? Yeah, actually, I do. I feel like a booty call. When we do have our time together, it's great, but you want more. More than when you were the other woman. What an astute observation. Exactly. You should talk to Sam about this. Your feelings make perfect sense. But she's the only one who can help you fix it. It feels like we never have the time to talk. Then make some. And never forget you're worth it. Thanks, Jen. You can thank me by putting $20 on red for me. I don't know what that means, but sure. You smile as you tuck your phone away. To your surprise, you hear a knock on the door almost immediately. If Sofia makes me work today, I swear to God. Hey, beautiful. You free tonight? Your pulse quickens at the sight of Sam at your door, but you can't also help but feel a little wary considering what you just confessed to Jen. It depends on what you have in mind. You, me, bright lights of Monaco. I want to take you out for a night on the town. Are you sure that's a good idea? I know we're away from New York, but I'm sure it's high time for that first date Naya was setting us up for. Oh, well, in that case, 1,000 times yes. I was hoping you'd say that. There's so much I want to show you. And since the best sites are far away from the hotel, we won't have to worry much about anyone from Dalton Russo spotting us. Yeah, but I thought this was supposed to be a first date. A private night out? Seems too good to be true. I'll let you get ready and meet you around the corner in 30 minutes. As soon as she leaves, you hurry to your suitcase and start surveying the outfits you packed. Well, this is the first time I'm going out in public with Sam. Plus, I want to fit in with the chic fashions of Monte Carlo. This is chic fashion? Okay. Sam won't be able to take her eyes off me no matter what sights we see. Anticipation courses through you as you spot Sam waiting for you in front of a newsstand. Hey, stranger. Come here often? Sam turns and catches sight of you in your new outfit, and she grins. You look amazing. Oh, you're not so bad yourself. She wraps her arms around your waist and pulls you in close. Aren't you getting a little ahead of yourself? What do you mean? This is supposed to be our first date after all. This is our first date, remember? A look of understanding passes across her face. She steps back and offers her hand to you instead. Of course. It's been such a long time since I had a first date. Yeah, I'm not sure how, I remember how it's supposed to go. Oh, for the love of... Sam slides her fingers through yours until you're holding hands. It's a simple gesture, but it's so natural that your heart patters. Well, good thing I'm here to show you. I'm also a very good student. She leans in for a swift kiss. I don't believe that for a moment. Everything about Monte Carlo is designed to impress. Sam leads you through the city for hours and you drink it all in. This place is something else, isn't it? It's beautiful, but I'd be just as happy in a desert if it meant I could be with you. She lifts your joined hands to her lips and kisses your fingers. Me too. Before you can respond, your stomach gives a resounding grumble. Whoops. I guess with the time change, I'm hungrier than I thought. I figured you might be, so I made an early dinner reservation for us. 10 minutes later, you and Sam are seated inside of an upscale French restaurant. Sam pulls out your chair before seating herself. I could get used to this kind of treatment. Wait until you try the wine. Your life will never be the same. I should snake my foot under the table. Brush my fingers up against your arm. It is a public date, after all. You put a hand on Sam's arm and run your fingers up the length of it with a light, teasing touch. This is nice. Have you been to this restaurant before? Yes, it's one of my favorites in the city. Sam drops her hand over yours. And now I get to share with you. The waiter approaches and asks something in French. Sam helps you order and the waiter retreats again. So what's next on the first date checklist? Should we talk about our families? Given that I lived with yours for several months, I think we're a little past that. We did skip a few steps, but I just want to do it right. You look deep in her eyes and see nothing but sincerity. Your conversation with Jenny plays in your mind, and you take a deep breath. Sam, then we shouldn't be sneaking around. I never wanted it to be like this. Then it's about time we do something about it, right? I've been thinking about it, and I believe we should wait until next year to take things all the way public. New Year? I mean, that's pretty much the same thing, but what? The new year. But that's months away. Yeah, pretty much. Sam reaches across the table to take your hand. Yeah, I'm tired of this. You slide your hand into your lap, out of her reach. I know it's asking a lot, but it's the only way. By January, the corporate competition will be over. Well, then you know what? We should see one another until then, should we? Then what's tonight about? Just some meaningless outing to placate me? No, of course not. Sam, I feel like all we ever do is one thing when we're together. And I'm obviously... I love being with you, but I need more. I just can't be a booty call if we're going to have a real relationship. I didn't realize you felt that way. I'm so sorry, Anna. I don't see a way around this right now. I can't lose you. Yeah, well, you're about to. You saw you don't want to lose her either. And now that I work for the lab, going public could jeopardize my career as much as Sam's. Sam reaches out to tuck a finger under your chin, drawing her gaze up to yours. I'm glad you told me about how you feel, and I'll do whatever it takes to make sure you know how much I cherish every part of our relationship. Please, Anna. What's a couple of months when we have the rest of our lives together? You aren't thrilled about her new plan, but you can see her point, and you can feel your resolve starting to falter. Sam, this is the last time. I know it won't sneak around forever. If things get pushed back again, it won't, I promise. Then let's make the most of tonight, while we have the time together. The mood lightens as your waiter brings your food. Although the weight of the conversation still hangs over you, you're able to push it out of your mind and enjoy your meal. Okay, what did you order us? This food is heavenly. She's an idiot. Our MC is an idiot. She may be smart in the lab, but she's an idiot with everything else. This is a filet mignon with Béarnaise sauce. No one does decadence like the French. You work your way through the main course before the waiter appears again, flourishing a tray. He unveils a delicate pastry. Oh, but we didn't... The waiter says something as he sets the dessert on your table before whisking your empty plates away. The girl, a gift from the chef. The waiter said it was in honor of love and lovers in Monte Carlo. Cheers to that, I guess. Mille filial. Feed. I'm gonna take a bite. I'm tired of this. I'm still in a bitter mood. Reach for the plate, but Sam uses her fork to stop you. Allow me. She lifts the dessert to your lips and you open your mouth to taste it. The buttery pastry, indulgent cream, the bright fruit create a delicious symphony on your tongue. Sam offers you another bite, but this time some of the whipped cream dots the corner of your mouth. You move to wipe it away. I've got it. Sam slides her thumb across your cheek, then you lower your lip. You slip out your tongue for a taste. I think that's enough for dessert for me anymore, and I won't be able to be held accountable for my actions. Then let's get out of here. The night has fallen by the time you leave the restaurant, and you're feeling perfectly content until you fight a sleepy yawn. Feeling the jet lag? A little. It was a long flight, and Sofia did not let me get much rest. I hope you're not too tired. I saved the best for last. You follow Sam to the top of a building a few blocks down. You're about to ask what's going on when you hear the whipping sound of a helicopter blades rotating overhead. Is that for us? I had them prepare the chopper for us. I want to take you on a personal tour of the city, if you're not too tired. Sam reaches for your hand, and the warmth of her touch sends a thrill through you, a spark that's ready to ignite. Let me show you sights from a completely different vantage point. The bright lights of the city spread out in every direction, beckoning you to take them in from above. Sam and I don't get out often, and I would love to expend our time together. Well, it's but a ride, right? Take me up, Captain. She grins and takes your hand to lead you to the helicopter. She hands you a headset and waits until you're settled in the co-pilot seat before taking your seat and shutting the door. The first part might be a little rough. But as you rise into the air, Sam appears to be perfectly in control. You look down at the sparkling lights below you. Wow, everything's so tiny down there. Makes me feel like we're on top of the world. Although I guess we kind of are. I certainly feel that way with around you. Sam points out the sights as you fly past. Right below us is the Casino di Monte Carlo, but if you look ahead, you can see the lights of Plus du Prince. What's your favorite spot? In Monte Carlo, probably driving along Avenue d'Este. But in all of Monte Carlo, I'll have to go with the Jardins di Saint Martin. It's so peaceful there. Not as peaceful as 10,000 feet up in the air. You ever rode in a helicopter, Pixelberry? Apparently not. It's not as peaceful as you think. Seriously. That's true. Between flying and traveling, it's hard to choose a favorite. Sam reaches over to put a hand on your knee, especially when you're with me. Tell me more about why you love traveling. The world's a big place, and I've always been itching to see it all, especially when I was younger. And did you? See it all? Not quite. But I made it quite a dent in my bucket list. Backpacking through Croatia, rafting through the glaciers of Norway, and of course, exploring the vineyards of Italy. You really did all of that? How do you not believe that? She's the CEO of a multi-million-dollar company. Reaches over and takes your hand. Her palm is warm against yours. I've done a lot of things, Anna. Some of them were exciting, others were dangerous, but none of them compare to being with you. That can't be true. I'm just me. You have no idea what you do to me, do you? She lifts the helicopter up until you're skimming the cloud line. You're breathless at the beauty of the sky and how content Sam looks while navigating it. But enough about me. This is our first date, remember? Tell me something I don't know about you. I never told you about my, childhood imaginary friend. Her name was Dr. Smelly, and she was a purple giraffe. She sounds, well, smelly. She didn't smell, but the experiments we did together sometimes did. Oh, so you love your science. Was born with Dr. Smelly. Pretty much. And fortunately, my parents encouraged me to spite the messes. Did you have an imaginary friend as a child? No, although Robin and I did our fair share of experiments when we were kids. So that's where Mickey and Mason get it from. Sam points out a few more landmarks through the window, including the Muse Oceanographique. The boys would love to see their fish exhibits. We'll have to bring them there next time. Next time? You never know what the future holds. He gives you a reassuring squeeze. But I mean it, Anna. I am thinking about what's next for us. Not just next year, but the next year after that, and the year after that. Even though it catches you off guard, her sincerity makes you warm all over. What about the next few minutes? You place your hand on Sam's knee and give it a meaningful stroke. Have you forgotten that I'm operating a highly complicated piece of machinery? You're a woman of many talents. I'm sure you can multitask. Anna, are you sure? I don't want you to feel like your booty call again. I'm sure. Right now, I know exactly what I want. Do you, though? You know what? No. Much as I would. I will never be that much of an ass. Though it, well, is it though? I don't know. Anyway, you walk your fingers up the line of her leg. Her muscles tense under your touch. You can see her grip the controls tightening. I don't think you realize what a dangerous game you're playing. Instead of you stopping, you nudge her legs apart and start massaging her inner thigh. Tell me to stop, and I will. She groans and allows her legs to fall open further. You're making it impossible for me. You're careful to keep your touch teasing and light for now. Her hips back up towards you, and you don't give her what she wants. Keep your eyes on the sky. That's it. I'm grounding you. You yelp as the helicopter dips. At first you're afraid you took things too far, but Sam is in complete control as she starts her descent. Grounding me. Sam touches the helicopter down on an empty cliffside away from the lights of the city. Darkness envelops you in every direction. Come here. She tosses her headset aside and pulls you into her lap. There's not much space in the cockpit, but that doesn't seem to matter as Sam captures her lips with hers. She cups the back of your neck as her mouth takes ruthless possession of yours. She slides a hand underneath your clothing, reaching to cup your breasts. Bam. She pinches and plays with your nips through the fabric of your bra, causing you to arch into her, grind your hips into hers. That's not enough room for both of us. Just let me take care of you. She slides one hand down to dip between your thighs. Her fingers slip under your underwear and find you ready. You groan lightly as she hinders you, and her thumb circling your button as her other fingers set a steady pace. More. You rock your hips against hers as she kisses your neck, using her tongue to trace delicious patterns. That's it, Anna. Don't hold back. You can feel the pleasure coiling inside of you, winding tighter and tighter as it threatens to break over you. Just when you think you can't take any more, she leans forward to bite your shoulder. The sting is enough to send you hurtling over the edge. After a moment, you manage to catch your breath. Sam helps you shift back into your seat and you straighten your clothing. Because that matters right now. I guess you weren't kidding about the personal part of the tour. You can hear her chuckle as the chopper's blades start whirring again. The next morning, you wake to an incessant knocking at the door. Somehow you know exactly who it is. Are you still in bed? No, I was literally doing some aerobics. What do you think? At 7 in the morning when we agreed to meet at 9, yeah, I'm still in bed. Especially when it's you. Not anymore. There's been a change of plans. Anton Bassett has invited us to the Circuit de Monaco, the main race course, through the city. It's time to show me exactly what you're made of, Anna. Oh, well, that was very quick and expedient. 25 minutes. 25. Yeah, boy. Boy, I wonder how much work they put into the VIP book they released today. Do keep in mind that piece of crap's coming out today. I say it's a piece of crap because we can't judge it. Because right now, by the way, to let you all know that Pixelberry has stated that VIP books will not be available to freemium users, basically free users who can't pay for VIP, for the $15 a month, for 2 months minimum. That's right, 2 months. So, I have a question to all of you. If that's the case, right, and they're going to abide by their statement, then why is Miss Match, Slow Burn, Wolf Bride, and other VIP books that have been completed not accessible to the freemium users? That's right, because it's a bunch of bullshit. But, you know, the thing is do you really want to pay $15 a month? Now, with that being said, right now, I'm having tight constraints. Okay? Medical, you know, the whole breathing thing and whatnot. And, yeah. I'm a content creator who literally makes pennies a month. So, with that being said, if you do want me to cover the VIP garbage versus yourselves, you could consider donating to the channel. There's links down below. Okay? Be greatly appreciated. Otherwise, I'm not going to be covering the VIP garbage. Okay? And I'm sorry, little hackers out there. Long story short, VIP cannot be hacked. At least not currently. So, keep that in mind. Thank you all for watching. You know what to do. It's there on the screen. Also, links down in the description below, once again, to support the channel. Support yours truly. Be a part of this community, and whatnot. Thanks for watching. Peace out.